Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the special Halloween edition of the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if and when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that program into the radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you into the net. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, October 27, 2023. This net is being live streamed around the world on the internet thanks to Mike at KD9MED down Rochelle. He's also recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Those of you who are listening on the internet, you want to check in the net, check into the internet with the Mike K9MED, and he in turn will relay your internet checking to me via the radio. Also, if you're on the sticks, if you can hear the repeater, but you can't get into it due to conditions, you're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access, you can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central hotline, area code 815-232-FNFN, or 232-3636. It's a local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first if all possible. I already had one early check-in. That's Ricky, WX9RLT. He called me on the phone, so he's already checked in. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time on both stations. If you have something else going on, you can't stay for the net, or if you got family stuff going on, and you're concentrating or driving, I'll take your short time on both check-ins. And of course, if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll do general check-ins. First, we'll do general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll do general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of the breakfast, AMFS, bike rides, or marathons, or fox hunts, or what have you. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we'll do our regular features. We'll do the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is where everybody gets a chance to ask any technical questions. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, FT8 or APRS. That's what we'll do. Then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net contest / DX Corner. I changed the name of that segment somewhat. If you know of any contests going on, like on HF for this weekend, we had plenty of them last weekend, but if you know of any contests taking place this weekend, please let us know. Also, we'll take you. Did anybody make any DX reports? I sure did it last weekend. I had a great time with it too. I got to watch so I don't time out the repeater. So if you have any DX reports that you want to pass along, please go ahead and give them. This will be the Friday Night Fun Net contest / DX Corner. Well, we'll do our SWAT net. If you have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want to relate to hobbies, amateur radio, or computer, we'll definitely do that. Okay, now, the topic tonight. What are your plans for Halloween? Are you doing any trick-or-treating this Tuesday night? And what are your favorite memories of Halloween as growing up? And I'll read some of my Halloween radio nut jokes. It'll definitely be a fun time tonight. Okay. With all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. By the way, I'm using orange and black ink in honor of Halloween. So, okay. With all so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations? I'd like to check in. Please call now.
KD9SAZ, Daniel, short time. Good evening to Jimmy and all on the net, and doggone it, wish I could stay around, but got a lot going on right now, so sorry for the short time this evening, and I can't stay. Back to net.
And for WGN, Bob here in Freeport, Jimmy, about a mile west of you, short time.
You're checked in, that's the important thing. 7-3, you have a good evening. Well, thanks for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in? Please call now.
And for WGN, Bob, about a mile west of here, Jimmy in Freeport, short timer.
Alpha 9, Victor uniform, Michael in Janesville. Well, we had one man testing at the VA session Saturday, and he passed his tech test. So we'll have a new ham joining us pretty soon. Back to net.
KC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
He hasn't gotten his license yet, so I'll say maybe give him about 2.5 weeks, and he'll be ready to go on the air. Thanks for that information, Mike, and I got you checked in short time. Sundry, you have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. Oh, yes, and N4WGN, but Bob here in Freeport, about a mile west, and he got you checked in there, too. Thanks for checking in. Okay, do we have any more short-time mobile stations that I'd like to check in? Please call now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. I've got you checked in, Tom Sundry. You have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations you want to check in? Please call now.
Whiskey 3, Mike Bravo X-Ray, Matt and Rockford, short time, no traffic.
W3MBX, Matt and Rockford, short time. Okay, Matt, I've got you checked in. You have a good evening. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in? Please call now. Do we have any more short-time mobile stations I'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9YUM, Verna Rockton, short time.
KD9YUM or KD9YUM, Verna, got you checked in short time. Thanks for checking in and welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net. I believe this is your first time ever checking into this net. That's great. Thanks for checking in. You have a good evening, Verna. And thanks for checking in. Any more short time mobile stations you want to check in? Please call now.
Alpha Charlie 9, Golf Oscar, Larry and Rockton, short time.
AC9GO, Larry and Rockton, got you checked in. Larry, you have a good evening, and thank you for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, well, let's see, how many check-ins? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 short-time check-ins. Okay, let's go with general check-ins. At this time, I'll take general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9MED, Perry and Rockford.
KC9 GCR.
The Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Gary, I've got you checked in. We'll look forward to back to you in a few minutes for your GX report and later on for the roundtable. You, thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
Okay. Good evening, Jimmy. W9JTC. Going to check in short time. Have a great net, sir.
W9JTC. Okay, Jamie, I've got you checked in short time. Southern, you have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
KD9MED, no traffic.
K9YBG, Dale in the Rockford. We got you checked in, Dale. I'll get back to you a few minutes around, Dale. Thanks for checking in. Any more the general check-ins from Northern Illinois with the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
November 9, Oscar Echo Golf. Chris in South Beloit. I have no traffic and good evening, Jimmy.
N9OEG, Chris in South Beloit. Okay, Chris, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes around, table, and thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
Northern Illinois, we'll see how many checks we get from southern Wisconsin. Any stations in southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
K9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Okay, Norm, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes round, Dale. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 9, Alpha Golf Romeo, Jennifer in Janesville, Wisconsin.
Okay, Jennifer, I haven't heard you in a while. Come back with that call, please. I want to make sure I got it right.
Kilo Charlie 9, Alpha Golf Romeo.
K9AGR. Okay, Jennifer, heard you in a while. Thanks. Welcome back to the airways. Thanks for checking the Friday night fun net. We'll get back to you a few minutes round table. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Well, it is Friday night fish right night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern. In their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern pike, walleye, muskie, crappies, bluegills. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, or Braunschweiger. Of course, you cheese lovers reading some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. You guys, people at your friend in neighborhood bars, restaurants, or taverns are probably having their Halloween party a little early. Okay, sounds good. At this time, I'll take check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net. Please call now. One more time, any general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin who would like to check in the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
K9MED, Mike and Rochelle. He's live streaming this net on the internet. And he's also recording it for future rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Thanks for checking in, Mike. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Any more the general check-ins for northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, there will be no further check-ins at this time. We'll get more checks later on during the net. I will load the traffic portion. I have a big announcement that I want to pass along. Next Saturday, November 4th, the State Line Amateur Radio Club will be holding our bi-monthly meeting at 12:30 p.m. in the Freeport Public Library. There's going to be some important business that we're going to be discussing. So if you want to know what's going on, do attend the meeting. It's going to be next Saturday at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. This is the State Line Amateur Radio Club. This club meets bi-monthly. We meet on the odd-numbered months, and during the even-numbered months, we test. So again, I'm not going to disclose any information at this time. You want to know what's going on? Come to the meeting. Again, next Saturday, November 4th, 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. And okay, I can't think of any more. Does anybody else have any traffic you'd like to pass along for the net? Okay. Now we'll go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, APRS, FT8. This is your chance to ask any technical questions. Please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net this time? Okay, well, now we'll go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net contest / DX Corner. First, does anybody know of any contests that are going to be taking place on HF this weekend? Okay, I don't know of anything, so I guess we'll just move on to the DX corner. Did you make any DX contest this week? I sure had fun last weekend, but we'll get to that later. Anybody have any DX reports they'd like to pass along at this time? K9MED Carrie, do you have any DX reports this week?
This is KD9MED. Yes, I did, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. Brief reset. I got on the air just one day this week. I was on for exactly 2 hours. Let's see here. I was on 12 meters. 12 meters was extraordinarily good on Wednesday. And out of the, out of the 21 contacts I made, I hit 19 countries, or 20 countries if you want to count the United States. I could have kept going all day long, but I thought, well, that's a good variety for one day. Brief reset. It was all European countries except for, I got one South Africa here. That was probably my most distant contact, ZS2PA. And one that stands out was J28RC, which is the military base at Camp Lemonnier in Djibouti. And I could hear him pretty good, but apparently he couldn't hear me. Hope to have another shot at him. I could use that country. That's it for me, KD9MED.
Well, congratulations on your those contacts you made on 12 meters. That's one band. I've never tried 12 meters. If I can transmit on this with my homemade antenna or not. On my homemade antenna, I can transmit on let's see, on 10, 20, and 40. I can receive on 75, 80 meters, but I can't transmit on that band. Might be the same with several of the other bands there too, so that's the way it goes. Okay. Now I'm going to give you my DX report. Let me get out my logbook. Okay, last Saturday was the New York QSO party. My first contact was on 14.254 at 15:33 hours with Whiskey Alpha 2 to Charlie pop up, and he was giving me 7.0. So and my second contact, let's see. So that was at 15:33 hours, and about 15:45 hours, 2 minutes later, I had another contact on 14.223 megahertz with November 2 Romeo Charlie, and third contact. Let me reset. Third contact was on the 14.241 megahertz at 16:19 hours with November 2 Mike Foxtrot. Then my last contact with New York QSO party was at on 14.258 megahertz at 16:36 hours with Whiskey Alpha 2 Oscar November India. He was giving me 8.0. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, second contact, 8.0, third contact, 7.0, and the last contact, 8.0. That's how much those stations are giving me. Okay. Now, what's the Illinois QSO part? Let me reset. The first contact was at 7.225 megahertz at 1948 hours. Whiskey 9, Quebec, Lima. He was giving me 5.0, and let's see. He was from Lake County, Illinois. My second contact was my Stevenson County contact. It was on 7.277 megahertz at 2035. Those Norm K9NVN. He was a member of our Stevenson County Repeater Association. He was giving me 6.0. So I had my Stevenson County contact. The third contact was on 7.263 megahertz at 21:15 hours with Kilo Charlie 9 India Lima. He was also in Lake County, Illinois. He was giving me 4.0. Let me reset. Fourth contact was on 7.178 megahertz at 21:43 hours. November Charlie 9 Foxtrot. He was giving me 5.0. He was in Kane County, Illinois. And my last contact was on 7.238 megahertz at 2300 hours. That was right at 6 o'clock. Whiskey 9 Kilo X-ray Quebec. He was giving me 5.0. That contact lasted for 1 minute. He was in Bond County, Illinois, between St. Louis and Springfield. Several times I told him I was in Stevenson County. Of course, he couldn't hear me very well. He said, "Did you say Jackson County?" I said, "No, Stevenson County." Finally, he said, "Iroquois County?" I said, "No, Stevenson County." Stevenson County, Stevenson County. I said that 3 times. He finally got the message. So that was it. That was my Those were my 5 contacts with Illinois QSO party. I had two more here. Okay, my last 2 contacts were on October 24th. First one on 14.293 megahertz at 1810 hours with Whiskey 2 Sierra Mike Foxtrot. Parks on the air in New York. And this is what I got written up. POTA Kilo 10046 in New York. Then my last contact was on 14.296 megahertz at 1907 hours with Kilo 1 X-ray Mike from New Hampshire. That was the Ole Miss 20 meter net. So those are my, let's see. I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 contacts I had this weekend and on Tuesday.
That's a lot of contacts for you in a week, Jimmy. I checked all those call signs against my log, and I haven't worked any of those guys yet. Yeah, you were talking about 12 meters on your antenna. I wouldn't try it. I've got an antenna that's specially made to handle the warp bands, but then I have the luxury of having lots of space for an outdoor antenna. You asked about contests. I've got a couple of them here for you, a brief reset. I don't know if anybody works moon bounce around here, but the ARRL EME contest is this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 48 hours. And the sideband section of the CQ Magazine Worldwide DX contest is this weekend, all weekend, again, 48 hours. So for you phone operators, this might be a good time to hunt that DX. And today on CW there was something called the Zombie Shuffle, but I think that's over now. That's what I've got on the calendar here. KD9MED.
Okay, Kerry. Well, thank you very much. I sure appreciated that. Oh yeah, I gotta mention Joda, Jamboree on the air. I was trying to make several contacts with several stations with no luck. But I did hear some Boy Scouts, on 20 meters, I heard some Boy Scouts down in Houston, Texas. They were talking to Boy Scouts in Toronto, Canada. And I think that was a pretty good, they made those contacts. I enjoyed listening to them. Okay, at this time, does anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
9DLB checking in. And Jimmy, the band has been open 10 meters, 15, 17, 20. I've been getting a lot of contacts throughout the whole week.
Okay, well that's great, Dave. Like I said, my two contacts during the week was with the parks on the air in New York State and checking into the 20-meter Ole Miss net. But that's good to hear, Dave. Thanks.
No problem. The farthest I got this week is South Africa. So I don't have my computer up to give you a call, but South Africa was my farthest contact. So have a good night, and I'm UOB.
Okay, Dave. Hey, thanks for checking in. I sure appreciate that. That's Dave here in Freeport. He lives about a mile east of me, just north of downtown Freeport. K9DLB. Thanks for checking in, Dave. You have a good evening. Okay. Before we continue, are there any more stations who would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED, I just want to follow up on what Dave said there. When I started my session on Wednesday, the first band I checked was 10 meters, and there was literally no place to transmit on the on the FT8 subband. It was jam-packed. So then I tried 15 meters, and that was jam-packed. No place to transmit, and so that's how I ended up on 12. Oh yeah, conditions are excellent, have been excellent this week. KD9MED.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm gonna tune around tomorrow and maybe Sunday. I'm gonna see what I can pick up on there too. So, okay. At this time, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this every week during the Friday Night Fun Net contest and the DX corner. So we're gonna do the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics. Okay. Okay. DX Code of Conduct. 1. I will listen and then listen again before calling. 2. I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3. I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. 4. I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never trust, never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. 5. I will wait for the DX station to end the contact before I call. 6. I will always send my full call sign. 7. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign, not like mine. 10. I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. 11. When a DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12. I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. 13. I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. And I can find it. Where's number 14? Number 14 is not actually part of the DX code of contact, but Harry and I went together. We kind of worked on it there too, and I think that should be included. Number 14. I will send a QSL card or email to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. That's the DX code of conduct. Now, I will read the contester's code of ethics. 1. I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2. I will obey the rules for amateur radio in my country. 3. I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call signs / exchange errors. 4. I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. 5. I will adhere to the DX code of conduct in my operating style. 6. I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activity. And 7. I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the contester's code of ethics. Okay. Okay, that concludes the Friday Night Fun Net contest / DX corner for tonight. We'll do it again next Friday. Okay, now we got one more piece of business here with the swap net. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of ranch radio or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. We mentioned the price over the air, but the action should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does any station have any swap net traffic you'd like to pass along at this time? Okay, there being no further business. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait. Let's go ahead. Do we have any more stations? I'd check the Friday night fun net. Please go now.
KC9QPL, Paul Rosberg.
KC9QPL, good evening, Paul. Okay, I'm going to start off the round table with you. Paul, what is your favorite, what are you planning on doing for Halloween? You got any plans? What are your favorite memories, childhood memories growing up of Halloween?
KC9QPL here. I didn't quite get all that, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm asking everybody, what are your favorite memories? Are you planning on, what are you going to be doing for Halloween? What are your favorite memories of trick-or-treating when you were a kid, when you were growing up?
KC9QPL here. Well, daughter's got the garage all set up. She's going to be handing out candy from the garage. But my memory is sort of gone. I can't remember anything, what I'm trying to say. So I'll say 73 and be clear.
Okay, Paul, sounds good. Thanks. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay. Well, let's see. Oh boy, I got quite a few short time stations. KD9MED, Carrie, what are your plans for Halloween this coming Tuesday night? You have anything you're going to do, and what are your favorite memories growing up of Halloween?
This is KD9MED. My plans for this Halloween are to make sure I'm home before dark and not to answer the door and stay out of traffic. And I don't have any particular memories of Halloween. It's just not that big a holiday for me, Jimmy. I'm sure I expect I'll probably be on the radio one of those 2 days. KD9MED.
Okay, sounds good, Terry, I understand. Hey, thank you for checking in. Thanks for checking in. All right. Oh, that's right. Jamie's short time. Okay, K9YBG, Dale, what are your plans for Halloween this coming Tuesday night? Do you have any favorite memories of the holidays growing up?
KD9YBG. Well, Tuesday night, I'll probably just be sitting where I'm sitting right now, listening to the radio. We don't get any trick-or-treaters out here because we live out in the country, and nobody stopped here once in 18 years. And I remember when I was a kid, lived in Love's Park, and we used to start when it got dark, and we'd be trick-or-treating for about 5 hours. They'd only give penny candies over there, but we'd have a whole grocery bag full by the time we got home at midnight. KD9YBG, back to net.
Okay, sounds good, Dale. Well, hopefully things will go well for you. Thanks for checking in and participating in the roundtable there. Okay, Chris, N9OEG in South Boyd, what's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for trick-or-treating? What are your favorite memories of Halloween?
For Halloween, I'll probably be just hunkered down inside. There isn't too many small children in our block anymore, so I'll probably keep the lights off. And probably curled up next to the radio here, since I've been hearing that 10 meters through 20 meters has been so hot lately. I'll have to give that a try. And my best memory I have is probably when I was a teenager going on a hayride with a wagon full of girls. So I don't think I'll ever relive that again in my life, but it was definitely fun. K9OEG, back to net.
Stand by hotline. This is K9G Shard, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. That was Pat, KF9SD in Warren, Illinois, checking on the hotline. Oh, Chris, K9OEG, Chris from South Beloit. I thank you for checking in. And I got your Halloween radio nut joke, which I'll be reading that too in a few minutes. You're going to stick around. Thanks for checking in. Norm, K9RGG. What are you going to be doing for Halloween? What are your favorite memories of the holiday?
Well, Jim, we'll be sitting here with some candy to give to any trick-or-treaters, but we also live out in the country, so we'll probably have one visit, maybe two. But my favorite memory from Halloween was carving pumpkins. And Jim, I'm 79 years old now, and I carved a pumpkin today. And it's sitting out at the end of the driveway with a candle in it, and I guess I'll never grow old. And why don't you tell us what your favorite memory is from Halloween?
I'm going to tell you what. You might think I'm joking, but I'm not. One year, I actually dressed up as a girl. I am not kidding you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I actually dressed up like a girl. I had makeup, lipstick put on me, and I wore like a girl's, I don't know, dress or something like that, all different stuff. And that's what I did too. And I remember going around trick or treating. Some of I went with my sisters and her friends there. They used to go around soaping windows around the town and ride out and what have you. And that was a wonderful time. I also remember when we lived in Rydot, we had over 100 people come to our house for a trick or treat, and we didn't have, and they were not just from the town of Rydot. They were all from the surrounding areas, the farms, and we used to have a huge trailer court, mobile home park, a few miles west of Rydot. So that's about it. So those are I remember one year, I think my dad carved out a pumpkin. That was definitely a wonderful time, wonderful memories.
Hey, Jim, I've got to tell you, too, that I went to a Halloween party once dressed as a Girl Scout. My mother and my sister helped me put the costume together, and they thought it would be a riot. I didn't think it was a good idea, but it went over real big at the party, and it was my sister's Girl Scout uniform that I wore. So we have something in common there. And when you said you had over 100 trick-or-treaters in Rydot there, I'm glad you added that they came from the surrounding community, because I don't think there's more than 100 people who live in Rydot, are there?
I don't think so. There's probably a little more than that. I don't know what the 2020 census is. I don't know what it is now.
You have a good Halloween, Jim. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
Okay, Norm, sounds good. Hey, you have a good evening. Thanks. Thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay, let's move on here. Jennifer, KC9AGR, if you're still with us, what's going on with you? What are your plans for trick-or-treating, and what are your favorite memories of the holiday growing up? Okay, I guess Jennifer was short time, so we'll go with Mike, K9MED. Mike, what are your plans for Halloween this Tuesday night? What are your favorite memories of the holiday?
KD9MED here. Well, I don't think we'll be doing much out here. It used to be fairly busy years ago or a couple of decades ago, but it seems like over the years it's faded off, and we just don't get much visitors out here. So a brief reset on this. And then, well, it seems like the kids and stuff that used to be out here are all young adults these days, and they have kids, so maybe once in a while we might get one or two trickle through. But that's kind of the memories, but we won't be really doing too much. This is KD9MED, back to net.
Okay, Mike, sounds good. Thanks for checking into the Friday Night Fun, and thanks for all you do here. So, okay. Dave, N9DLB, you're still with us. What are you going to be doing for trick or treating, and what are your favorite holidays when you were growing up doing trick or treating?
Case 980.
Okay, was her station trying to check in? Her station come back.
Case 980, I didn't realize that when I was transmitting, I was on the wrong side of the radio.
Stuff happens. Wait, I do the same thing too. Sometimes when I go to transmit, I'll pick up the wrong mic to connect to another radio. What are your plans for trick or treating? What are your favorite memories of the holiday growing up?
Yeah, I was just saying that I did some trick or treating as a kid, and I liked to get all the candy. And at one point, we went to the Floyd Hospital, and they put it on the scanner and make sure the candy was okay. And then in school, we did parties and stuff like that. But I'll be staying home, keep the lights off. I'm not going to hand out candy, but I'm doing your thing, Jimmy. I'm multitasking, and I've got a Milwaukee net on the right side, and I've got you on the other side. So when I was transmitting, I didn't realize I was on the wrong side, KC9AGR.
Net control probably on the whatever net's going on in Milwaukee is probably saying, what's going on?
Back in.
Okay, wait, it's the station has a check-in, go ahead.
KD9EPZ, good evening.
K9EPZ, okay, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Thanks for checking in. Okay, Jennifer, hey, thanks for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. All right, let's see. All right, K9EPZ, yeah, what's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for trick-or-treating? That sounds like a stupid question. You're going to be home. What are your favorite memories of Halloween growing up?
Probably my favorite memory was not while I was growing up. It was back in the 70s when the vans were big. It was a Halloween party, campery, or not campery, used to call them van-ins or truck-ins, in Monticello, Indiana, and everybody was dressed up, and everybody was passing their weed around when it wasn't legal, and I went dressed as a cop with my scanner and my holster on my side with the local county sheriff's department and the scanner.
You know, now that you mention mention it, Al. I think I remember you saying that last year. That was cool, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry I got here late. I thought I got to leave for a while. The Autumn Blaze contest is still going on for another 3 days. I think it ends at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. But I'm still trying. I think I'm in like 3rd place. I'm trying to keep up.
Well, good luck to you, Al, and let's hope you make as many contacts as possible there. That's great. Thanks for letting us know about that.
It's a lot of fun. Just about everything I'm doing, I don't have an antenna that'll run on 6 meters. Neither of my HF antennas want to tune up on 6. But I've been making all my contacts on 2 meter single sideband. Because I have a radio that can do it. I know not all radios do it, I think. But the only thing, I don't know what they're still making. I know the Yaesu 991 will do 2 meter sideband. And I know my ICOM 9100 does it. And I know the ICOM 9700, which is now they have out, does it. So there's getting to be people starting to run sideband on 2 meters.
That's great. Well, thanks very much for that information about the that contest. That's definitely great. Hopefully you make as many contacts as possible.
We're going to be trying, Jimmy. I'm going to go back there now for a while, but I'll be checking up and back. Unfortunately, I'm not set up to be able to be on 2 different 2 meter frequencies at the same time. So, well, I have to switch up and back.
I understand. Okay, Al, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and good luck. We'll talk to you down the hall.
Okay, Jim, I'll try to get back maybe to do some of the trivia. KD9EPZ back to that.
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't think I'm not going to have a trivia segment tonight. We're just going to we'll do it next week for sure. So you go ahead and get back and try making those contacts. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? You're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or a show, or early Halloween party. If you just turn the radio on, if you just come home, turn the radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 55 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net with me. We're in the region with ground traffic. Please call K9GCR.
KC9GCR, this is KC9CFL.
KC9 and CFL, good evening, Mike. What's going on with you?
Well, not much. Working. You know, work's been really busy. Playing a little ham. I've been doing a lot of FT8 and digital modes. I actually built myself a DigiPi, which is pretty cool. It's a single board computer that does all digital modes. I got my WinLink node up so people can check email by packet through my location in McChesney Park here. And, well, that's really about it. I was actually going to start asking the question on Facebook about where Winter Field Days is going to happen, because another ham and I would like to pitch a tent, toss a wood stove in there, and, you know, camp out. So I'll probably post it on Facebook today just so we can find out how it's going to roll out. KC9 CFL, back to the control, Jimmy.
Okay, well, I'm sure before the winter field, probably in sometime December or January, they'll probably put out the notices as to where winter field day activities will be at, or what have you, or you can set up a tent in your own backyard, or some there too, if you want to do it that way. But they'll keep you posted as to when next field day will be. So let's see. It's a little over 3 months off here.
Yeah, I looked up the dates. I think it's the 27th and 28th of January. I was just curious, if I didn't know how far in advance we kind of get a place together, but I got a generator, and I'm going to borrow a friend's 10-man canvas tent with wood-burning stove, and have some fun. I need the generator because I have a CPAP machine, a medical machine I got to sleep with, so sucks getting old. KC9, CFL, back to the control, Jimmy.
Oh, sounds good. Hey, before you go, well, I'm asking a question. What are your plans for trick-or-treating this Tuesday? What are your favorite memories of Halloween? This is a special Halloween edition of the Net tonight.
Well, my special memories were the white trash bag plastic costumes, the costumes that had just a picture printed on it. It came with a little horrible plastic mask, and running around town, until 10 o'clock at night, getting as much candy as you can, and then coming home to separate it, and then my mom taking her candy tags. For Halloween this year, we're having it at our house, so I will be passing out candy to any knocking trick-or-treaters. I might borrow, get a mask and be a little scary if I can. My wife and 2 kids are going to roam the subdivision for trick-or-treating. There's also, I think somewhere in Roscoe, there's a trunk-or-treat on Sunday. It's either in Roscoe or Rockton, but they might go to that too. So, anyway, all right, Jimmy. I'll keep listening on the airwaves.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and happy Halloween. I'm going to be reading some of my Halloween radio nut jokes here in a few minutes. Right? We'll see if I can get some more check-ins first. But thank you for checking in.
Thanks a lot, Jimmy, for all you do. KC9, CFL will be monitoring.
KC9 GCR, because thanks for checking in. Any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now. We'll get some more check-ins later on. Okay, right now I'm gonna read all my Halloween radio nut jokes now. So I have a few that over there. This first one is from Brad, WW2D, now AH2I now. He came up with the idea of the Friday Night Fun Net, but here we go. You know you are a radio nut when you don't answer the door for trick-or-treaters because you're in the middle of a DX cluster window. Here's another one from Brad. You know you are a radio nut. One moment, please. I forgot. I had my Radio Shack HCX fuel monitoring the 147-300 in Dakota, Georgia's repeater. Okay, here we go. This is another radio nut joke from Brad. You know you're a radio nut when a black cat sits on your foot warmer or linear amplifier and you grab the witch's broomstick instead of the microphone. Here's another one. Brad and I went together on this radio nut joke. You know you are a radio nut when, instead of taking your kids to trick-or-treating door to door, you take them into your ham shack and go trick-or-treating nets to nets and frequency to frequency. Here's another one from Brad. You know you are a radio nut when, instead of counting the amount of candy you collected on the Halloween night, you count out the amount of check-ins on a net. That was Brad. He was WW05 at the time. That guy changed so many call signs so many times, it's pathetic. Okay. This one is from Rod, NA9N. You know you're a radio nut when you dress up your 5-year-old as Marconi to go trick-or-treating. From Rod, NA9N, New Carson, Wisconsin. Here's another one. This is also from Brad. You know you're a radio nut when you make a rare DX contact in Transylvania with Ghost. Golf, Hotel, Oscar, Sierra, the Tango. And his Honda Evil there was his pet mummy. Here's another one from Brad, WW2D. You know you're a radio nut when you ride waves through the troposphere while floating on your magic rug and your nitro broomstick, wearing your witch's hat while eating candy corn and caramel apples, and all the while you are making repeater contacts up to 500 miles away. Here's another one. This is from Steve, W9WFM. I haven't talked to him in cruise days. You know you're a radio nut when every Halloween you dress up as Gordon West. Here's from David AK9W. I think he's just changed his phone. You know you're a radio nut when you go out trick-or-treating on Halloween and you take your HT with you. Now this one's from Mike, A9JD. You know you're a radio nut when the ETs use your radio as a homing device. There's another one from Steve, W9WFM. You know you're a radio nut when you envision a young witch riding your Yagi. There's another one from Steve. You know you're a radio nut when every Halloween, instead of passing out candy, you pass out your old editions of QST magazine. From Steve, W9WFM. You know you're a radio nut when, for your Halloween display, you build a graveyard in your front yard, and the tombstones read, rest in peace, or RIP, and there are 2 radios, code regulations, and FCC enforcement. Chris, if you're still listening, NINOEG, here's your radio nut joke. You know you're a radio nut when you invite all your children, you invite all your children, your grandchildren, and the neighborhood children to your local haunted hand shack. All right, Brad and I went together on this joke. This is kind of like an updated version of one of the jokes I just read. You know you're a radio nut when, instead of counting the amount of candy you collected on the Halloween night, you count the amount of check-ins on the special Halloween edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. That's from Brad, WW0S at the time, and myself, K9 GCR. Here's another one. This is from Kirk, KD9MED. You know you're a radio nut when you hand out the license study manuals for trick or treat. That's from Kurt. And, Chris, if you're still listening, here's another one. On how, oh yeah, that's right, I kind of revised it a few weeks ago. You know you're a radio nut when, on Halloween, instead of handing out candy, you hand out crystals and vacuum tubes and PL259. got some more Halloween radio nut jokes. Before I read them, do we have any more stations that like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, the next two radio nut jokes are from Rick, K9QDP. He hasn't checked into the the Coons age, but here we go. You know you're a radio nut when you attach a long wire to your kid's costume and you tell them to go out and have fun. That's from Rick, K9QDP. And here's another one. You know you're a radio nut when you replace the conventional CQ call sign with boo. Here's another one from the late, great Art, N9NQD, silent C now. You know you're a radio nut when, instead of passing out candy on Halloween, you pass out PL259. Wait a minute. No, that's a different joke altogether. Yeah, here's another radio nut joke from Chris, K9OET. You know you're a radio nut when you invite all your children, your grandchildren, and the neighborhood children to your haunted ham shack to show them your eerie lights from your vacuum tube. And here's another one from Rick, K9QDP. You know you're a radio nut when on Halloween, you have a jack-o'-lantern hanging from your antenna. All right. Well, folks, that's all the Friday Night Fun Net Halloween radio nut jokes I have. I hope you enjoyed them. We'll do it again next year. So, at this time, we have any more stations, so I check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Well, you know what? I see we do have some time left, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just past, I'm going on 10 minutes after 9, so I think I'm going to do. I think we'll have Friday Night Fun Net trivia after all. Well, just this is for the benefit of those people who are studying for their first ham radio license. So we just heard from Mike at 89VU at the beginning of the net. They had BE testing session in Janesville. They're going to be getting a brand new ham. So one person already passed his technician's test. So that's good. But this is for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio licenses. Other people listen to us because they can't listen to police communications anymore unless they have a very expensive digital scanner. So okay, here we go. Okay, first question. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A, only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B, only on repeaters. C, in at least some segment of all these bands. D, on any band if the power is limited to 25 watts. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A, only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B, only on repeaters. C, in at least some segment of all these bands. D, on any band if the power is limited to 25 watts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay, Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? Correct answer is C, Charlie, in at least some segment of all these bands. 97.305C. Well, we'll skip that one. Move on to another one. I think I recently read that. I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions over again. Okay. Alrighty. I'm not reading that one. Okay. Which of the following are required for a remote control operation? A. The control operator must be at the control point. B. A control operator is required at all times. C. The control operator must be indirectly manipulate the controls. D. All these choices are correct. Which of the following are required for remote control operation? A. The control operator must be at the control point. B. A control operator is required at all times. C. The control operator must indirectly manipulate the controls. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question? Well, I don't know how I managed to get over the digital side. All right. Which of the following are required for remote control operation? A. The control operator must be at the control point. B. A control operator is required at all times. C. The control operator must indirectly manipulate the controls. Well, the correct answer is Delta. All of these choices are correct. Find another one here. Okay. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF-UHF band plan? A. So stations within range of each other can communicate without tying up a repeater. B. For contest operation. C. For working DX only. D. So stations with simple transmitters can access the repeater without automated offset. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF-UHF band plan? A. So stations within range of each other can communicate without tying up a repeater. B. For contest operation. C. For working DX only. D. So stations with the simple transmitters can access the repeater without automated offset. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF-UHF band plan? The correct answer is A, alpha. So stations within range of each other can communicate without tying up a repeater. If you and the station you contacted are in range of each other, why not give simplex a try? This avoids occupying or tying up a repeater. Operator license manual, page 6-6. Okay. Okay, now we're going to try some general questions. This is from the new general Q&A book. Let's see what we can find here. Yeah. Okay. This question really, by right, should be in the tech Q&A book, but they put it in the general, but I'm going to read it anyway. Who must observe the administration of a technician class license examination? A, at least 3 volunteer examiners of general class or higher. B, at least 2 volunteer examiners of general class or higher. C, at least 2 volunteer examiners of technician class or higher. D, at least 3 volunteer examiners of technician class. Who must observe the administration of a technician class license examination? A, at least 3 volunteer examiners of general class or higher. B, at least 2 volunteer examiners of general class or higher. C, at least 2 volunteer examiners of technician class or higher. D, at least 3 volunteer examiners of technician class. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, who must observe the administration of a technician class license examination? Correct answer is A, alpha, at least 3 volunteer examiners of general class or higher. All license exams are administered through the Volunteer Examiner Coordinator or VEC system. VEs, for volunteer examiners, must be accredited by a VEC. There must be 3 VEC accredited VEs present at every exam session. Technician exams are administered by general class or higher VEs. 97.5093I E C. General class license manual, page 3-4. Okay, before I continue, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO, D9GCR, good evening, Dean. What's going on with you?
Hi, Jimmy. Just fired up the radio. Hope everything's working okay at this end. And I heard you on there. I figured, oh boy, I better get down here because I think I missed you last week. So, anyway, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too. Yeah, you did miss last Friday, but I put you down as an honorary check on the Friday Night Fun Net.
Well, very good. Thank you. And how's it going? Anything happening tonight? Temperature is getting a little cooler out there. It went from 60-some degrees down to, I have 42 here right now, so I think our season is changing on us.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, that's for sure. Well, this is a special Halloween edition of the net. I'm using red, I'm using orange and black ink there for the check-ins. I'm asking everybody what are you going to be doing for Halloween night? What are your favorite memories of Halloween?
Oh, interesting. Well, we live out in the country, so generally we do not have Halloween trick-or-treaters in the past 30 years here. That's just, they just don't do it because it's too dark out and things like that. And yeah, I remember in my early days, back when you're in your 20s and all that, and all your friends and buddies, we'd all get together. Usually have some kind of an event. Back in the, a long time ago there, Jimmy, as you know, but otherwise, yeah, not much. Although today I still enjoy getting a candy, which none of it I'm supposed to eat, but I still enjoy having occasional indulgence on that there. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Oh, I do too. I definitely enjoy candies. I've always had pleasant memories of Halloween. I've always enjoyed that holiday. I enjoyed eating the candies, and I should have spent days eating the candy, chocolate candies, M&Ms, or caramel corn, or else that all that different candy corn. Oh yeah, that was definitely good. Kurt K9 has not checked in so far tonight.
I don't know. Do they have a club meeting tonight?
No, that was, that was, 2 weeks ago they had their meeting.
Oh, okay. He's probably staying in because it's too darn cold and all that stuff, and maybe the RF has frozen the coax and things like that there, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. You missed a good net last week. I was asking everybody, what was your favorite food that you like to cook in a crock pot?
Well, we like doing stew. That would probably be number one there, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, stew. Nothing wrong with that. That sounds good. Yes.
Should you refine that as saying a beef stew? We like doing that. And then after that's done, and you put that on top of some noodles, cooked noodles, and that's always good. Kind of make a version of, I think they used to call it beef stroganoff, something like that. So that's good. Yeah, I think that's probably up there on the top. We also use it to do chicken, to make a stir-fry type concoction, and which makes it pretty good there. All this you're talking about, all the stuff you fix in the winter. I miss the summer period of where I can just throw a steak on the grill or hamburger on the grill there, Jimmy.
I hear you. Oh yeah, that's for sure. My older sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, they're both passed away now. They used to live in Rockford. They used to have a natural gas-fired grill. And I'm not kidding you. It could be 20 degrees below zero outside. They'd be out cooking steaks or what have you. But I'll tell you what, that'd be, they were good too. I used to spend a lot of days or they had me over for about a week or so. They enjoyed cooking on that gas grill.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway checking in.
Hi, Kurt.
Good evening, Kurt. I'll tell you what, Kurt, I'll get back to you. Why don't you and Dean have at it there? I'll be standing by here.
Okay, no problem. I was upstairs actually watching TV, and I kept looking at the clock, and I go, I'm going to have to come down and check in with Jimmy, so I'm not an honorable check-in. I can be I guess it wouldn't be dishonorable check-in, but you know what I mean. Anyhow, a real check-in in person, and I thought, yeah, Dean's probably just about ready to get on somewhere in there. How's it going, Dean?
Hi, Kurt. K9RFD. Hello. It's still Happy Friday, I think. Yeah, going good. We had dinner down at the club down in Rockford this evening, our fish fry, and that was nice. We're doing some bonding down there with some friends, and that was the excitement. Otherwise, tonight's kind of quiet when we got on board, and we incurred right in the middle of the, I think when we left, the temperature was like 60 degrees. We got home, it was down to like 40-something, so wow, what a change. So yeah, I think this is going to be this temperature for quite a while, like maybe till next year. There, Kurt, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm afraid that we may have just a day when it gets up into maybe the 50s, but we're no more of that 80-degree weather. I think that's long gone. And yeah, very good on everything else. I was just upstairs actually, and I was a little busy today. I didn't go to work, but I was a little busy with planning for rah-rah for next year. I'm going to be absent from the board next year, and we've got to gal, I believe, that's going to be doing the ham ragging. So her and her husband come over today, and I was showing her, well, kind of just what I was doing, and said, you know, you can do it any way you want, but I was going through that this afternoon. So I was a little busy just kind of fooling with that stuff. Let's see, hopefully I can put up that half-wave antenna and maybe get that done before fall. I got the box made, as I showed you. Excuse me, I got to measure out the wire. And on yours, from your box to like the end of your half-wave antenna, is there any supports or anything in between there holding it up, or is it just like stretched or supported from one end to the other totally?
It's just stretched one end to the other. Boy, you're asking me something I don't remember. It's an insulated wire, a stranded wire. I'm going to guess probably about number 14, maybe number 12. And they had a coil configuration about 2/3 down the wire, and that was for giving it the ability to work on bring it into the 75, if I remember right on that there. And I ended up shorting that out because I wanted to get down to 3.5 meg on it instead of 3.8 on that. But I don't. Yeah, it's otherwise, no, that's it. It's just all, other than that, I'm losing my chain of thought here. Coil assembly that they had in their LC network, I guess you'd call it, that was about 2/3 of the way down the wire. And if you want to see it sometime, give a call. It takes like maybe 5 minutes to have it on the ground. You can take a look at it and see what it is. But that's the one that was made by my antenna. I think they're the ones that made that one. And that was the one I was trying to put that coil assembly in there, and it, as you're aware of it, I didn't work good, but that's probably more due to my skill set. But it worked easier for me just to, put that manufacturer's one in there, and that worked fine. But anyway, yeah, boy, you can come down and measure it and do anything you want anytime you want there, Kurt. Just give me a holler, and we can play around with it if you want. Before it snows, preferably. K9N, yeah, KE9N, K9FL.
Okay, yeah, before it snows, preferably. I'd agree with you on that. No, okay, no problem. I just wondered if you had any supports like midway or something like that holding that wire up. But, all right, well, I'll give that some thought. I don't know if I necessarily have to look at it. There's another way to do that, too, is they will take it, instead of doing the coil, they'll actually, well, partly the coil is used once in a while. It's used to actually just shorten the antenna, too. So maybe that was part of it, because if you short it out, the coil would normally add length to it, and if you short it out, then you don't have the length, like the extra length coiled up. But regardless, another way they do it sometimes is they just cut those right about at the halfway point, and they'll use anywhere from about a 200 to 500 picofarad capacitor, and that will shorten it up and make it resonate in the let's call it the sideband portion, the 75 meter part, which is probably what I'm going to do. And you can do it that way as long as you got a pretty healthy capacitor there. So I just kind of wondered about that. Well, we'll see how things go and how the temperatures go, but I got the box made, and I'll see about maybe getting that put up before winter, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's just something to fool with. All right, that sounds good. And let's see, Chuck, he's got his antenna and everything working okay, from what I know. K9FLO, KE9N.
Yeah, I think he's doing good. Chuck did a good job getting that all repaired. I wasn't able to get over there. I had a little bit of an accident before, just after he was getting ready, or just before he was getting ready to do that, with my ribs, and I really couldn't do anything at all. There about a week and a half ago, so I was living better through chemistry thanks to my doctor. So I was very restricted. I wish I could have helped him more on it. But anyway, he got it working, all that, and it sounded good. And fortunately, Junior was able to come down and help him out, Andy, and so that worked out good. No, you're welcome. And you're exactly right on describing the crowd. That's exactly what they do. They add the little assembly in there to make it, turn it into a 75. And if you short that out, that turns it into what they say, take you clear all the way down to 3.5-ish. And so that's what I actually did on the one I have, is I shorted that out because I want down to the 3.5 meg. It didn't do much good on 3.8, but even at 3.8, it was nothing wonderful. You know, I have that goofy problem with whatever's under the ground, and it does mess it up. I wish I had the ability to move the end of the dipole off from the shed and move it over about 40, 50 feet to the west, or northwest in my case. And I think that would help me out immensely, but unfortunately, my wonderful locust trees are, I hate them, and so I won't go into that there. KE9N, K9FLO, and I don't know if we had anything more there, Kurt. Go ahead.
Just one question. On average, how high would you say your wire is from the ground?
At the tower, it's 22 feet from the tower. It's at the first section, at the top of the first section of the tower. So down at the shed, it's probably 10 plus 12, about the same. It's probably really close to the same, because the shed is about 12 feet, about 12 feet. And tripod is a 10-foot tripod, so it's like around 22 feet. So 30 feet would be a dream, but unfortunately, I don't think I have that option there. The reason that it's on the tower section is because that first section of the tower is at 23 feet, and I'm kind of stuck with that there without going into the telescopic part of it.
Okay, no, I understand. Well, that was kind of just one of the questions I had. All right, well, listen, I'll let you go, Dean. You take care. Have a good weekend, and I will turn it back to Jimmy then. KC9GCR, KE9M.
Okay, it sounds good there, you guys. And Kurt, I was asking everybody, this is a special Halloween edition of Friday Night Fun Net. I'm asking everybody what are your plans for trick-or-treating this coming Tuesday night, and what are your favorite memories of Halloween growing up?
I would have to say, really just going trick-or-treating. My dad would take us, me and my sister, and usually there was a couple of the neighbor kids. We would go, I'd say 4 to 5 of us as a group. Or sometimes my mom would take us, and we would just mainly go around the block. Then this is when I lived in Rockford. I lived on the, southwest side of Rockford, if you want to call it that. And so we would just go around the block, and then when, I would say I'm going to say younger, let me use that word, before I was 10 or anything like that, I can remember also we would drive out to my grandparents' house. They lived outside of Rockford, out in the country, and so we'd drive out there to see the grandparents and things like that. So that's pretty much what I remember out of Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. As I was saying, I remember back when I was a kid, we used to go out trick-or-treating every year, and I was gonna say I used to go out with my sisters and her friends there. And they used to go around soaping windows and at people's houses and what have you. and I was telling you, this is a true story, Kurt. I actually dressed up as a girl. I had a wig, lipstick on, and makeup, and what have you. And I was dressed accordingly too. I definitely remember that. And I also, when we lived in Rydot, we had 100 people come every year. They weren't just from Rydot; they were from the surrounding area. In fact, we had a large trailer court just a few miles west of Rydot. They used to come. And let's see, trick or treating was from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. But then we had a lot of candy. And what candy we had left over, we ate ourselves.
Well, I can remember that too because my mom mainly, not so much my dad, my mom would buy, and I knew they would do it on purpose, but they'd never say that they'd buy more candy than what they're probably going to hand out, and they did it all the time, especially my mom, so it would be around the house. Now, that didn't mean that after trick-or-treat that me and my sister got to have that candy, but somehow that candy over time did disappear.
I hear you, and I hear you. And one thing I forgot to mention, I mentioned this earlier, the very last time I went trick-or-treating, very last time I ever went trick-or-treating was, I was 15 years old. That was 1963. My mother said, Jim, you're getting too big, you're getting too old for this stuff. This is going to be your last year for trick-or-treating. I said, okay, Ma. That was that. Never said anything. I said, that was it. I had fun trick-or-treating over the years, but it's time to move on. She was right, too.
Yeah, we got to that point, too, that it was kind of like, okay, you're too old to go trick-or-treating. And it's like, well, okay, that's fine, but you might want to, thinking about your parents, you might want to take some of that candy out of your coat pocket that you take to work.
I hear you, Kurt. I hear you there.
Okay, well, listen, I'll let you go, Jimmy. So I wanted to check in. I'll be listening till about 10 o'clock or so. So I'll turn it back to you then. Take care, and you have a good weekend. Thanks a lot for doing the net. KC9GCR, KE9N.
Sounds good, Kurt. Thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. Maybe we'll hear you on the Saturday evening ranking tune net. If not, we'll catch you on the Monday Night Raw right info net. 7-3, thanks for checking in. And do we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Okay, I don't know if somebody was trying to check in or not. If so, there's nothing but noise. Might want to increase your power or change the location. Okay, I think we're just going to call it quits as far as Friday night trivia, the Fun Net trivia goes. We'll pick it up again next week. So I don't think we already get any answers anyway. So we'll just move on. I want to tell you about the Friday night Fun Net hotline, area code 815-232 FN 2323636. We had a station. Checked into Pat, K9RFD, there in Keep Finding 9 Silver Dollars, Pat in Warren, Illinois. He checked on the phone. He wanted to know what frequency, what repeater we were on. Told him we were on 195. So that's about it. You see pictures of it on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. It's a traditional desktop touch-tone telephone. When I'm transmitting, you hear it ring. That's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney telephone ring. Also, that I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. This net is being live streamed on the internet, and it's also being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Brad, AHQI, and Ricky, WX9RLT, are in charge of that Facebook page. So at one point, I think we had 154 stations signed up for that. I don't know if that's the case now or not. Might have increased or might have decreased too. But you see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net. You see updating pictures of my ham shack. You'll even see weather information. And again, like I said, this net is being live recorded on the Facebook page. Go to Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, follow instructions, and then punching your call sign, follow instructions, and you're in business. So it's Friday night, every night of the week on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. You listen, Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day, or all night, every night. See, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't sleep, so you decide I'm gonna turn on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page and listen to that. If that doesn't put you to sleep, I don't know what will. Okay, so you want to sign up with the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page? Contact either Brad, AHQI, or Kurt, Ricky, WX9RLT, and they'll get you signed up. Okay, at this time, we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Okay, unable to copy. Last station trying to check in, you might want to increase your power or change the location. Let's try that one more time. I'm sorry, you're not checking in. I'm not hearing you at all. Scott, K9YI Monroe, if that's you, you might want to go to the straight 195 simplex. Let's try that one more time. Okay, I'll tell you what. Last station trying to check in. Call the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636. I'll take your check-in over the phone. We'll be standing by here. Okay, I guess not. We'll move on. Any more stations you want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay. I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In about 16 more minutes at 10 o'clock. If you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, PL of 114.8 plus, all set, you got night watch that gets underway at 10 o'clock. That net runs 7 nights a week. That's most of the week they didn't come in worth a hoot at all. So that was about it. I think one night I was able to hear them, but the conditions were not enough for me to check in. But that's night watch net. Tonight at 10 p.m., about 15 minutes away, a 443.750 repeater in Chicago, PL 114.8 plus Austin. If you cannot get into the repeater, you can get in via the EchoLink. Don't forget the Saturday evening rag tune net tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on this repeater. I believe Larry, K9HDX will be the net control station. So let's see. November 4th. I'll be net control. So we go around and talk about different stuff. Net control can bring up a preferred subject. You want to talk about that topic, fine. If not, you can bring up something else. So we go around a few times, we talk about different stuff. Well, that's what it's all about. Rag to it. So, hopefully we'll hear you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. here on this repeater. At the same time, we got the Saturday night fun net. That's on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. That has a PL of 127.3 minus offset. And you got to check in a certain way, and some of the topics they bring up on that net, I wouldn't even dream of bringing them up on this net. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, the Greene County Aries races that meet at 7:30 p.m. Sunday evenings on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe. It has a PL of 123.0 minus offset. It's a combination Aries races, net and rag-chew net. Scott K9YI is net control of that net. Does a good job too. Wait just a minute. I believe Brandon KD9MED will be net control this coming Sunday night on the Greene County net. Okay. Let's see. He and Scott Cherry do is a net control operator. Okay. The Big Thunder Amateur Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. That has a PL of 100.0 plus offset. At the same time, the Whiteside County Aries Group holds its Sunday evening net on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling with a PL 114.8 plus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. The antenna is about 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police Troop 1 radio tower down at their headquarters in Sterling. Okay. Of course, on Monday evening at 7 p.m. on this repeater, we got the Monday night rah-rah info net. Larry Larry K9KCC and I share the duties as a net control operator on that net. Then, let's see. Hold on here. Oh, yeah, at 8 p.m., Monday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL 82.5 minus offset. The Lee County Aries Group holds its Monday evening net. I was able to get into that repeater now and check into that net for about a month now. That's good to hear. Then the Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb. That's a PL of 100.0 minus offset. Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m., you have the first of the two helps in the Tech and Social net with the Larry Ace9GO as your net control operator. We ask everybody how they're doing health-wise. If anybody has any tech net traffic or anything else you want to bring before the net. At the same time, the Rock County Public Service net is held on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with a PL of 123.0 plus offset. Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. we got the Ogle County Hams net. That's a new net that they started about a couple months ago or something down in Ogle County. That net is held on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with a PL of 146.2 plus offset. If they have time, they'll switch over to 146.595 simplex frequency for a brief simplex net. Then when they get done with that, they'll switch back over to the 165 repeater for the Ogle County Ogle County Amateur Radio Network Early Skywarn. That meets at 9 p.m. on that repeater. p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater. PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the weekly Steam County area set with the yours truly, based on GCR, your net control operator. Then we have the Wednesday evening swap net. Oh wait, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. At 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, the Greater Boyd Amp Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd with a PL of 123.0 plus offset. Okay, now, Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater here in Freeport. With a PL 114.8 plus offset, we have the Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the duties as net control operator. Mel has been gone for about 2 or 3 weeks. He and his wife, Dora, K9GLA, are down in Alabama, seeing family. I don't know if Mel will be back this coming Wednesday, or next week, to do the swap net or not. But when Mel is on here, well, it doesn't matter. Either when I'm net control or when Mel is at net control. Mel brings us Amp Radio Newsline, 15 minutes independent news broadcast, and full the entire with Amp Radio. Okay, now Thursday evening at 7 p.m. on this repeater, we have the Thursday evening health tech and social net with yours truly. Then let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, at 8 p.m. on Thursday on 146.415 simplex. Chad, W9AXD in Janesville has the weekly Rock County simplex net. He had a good turnout last night. I think he had about 4 or 5 or 6, I don't know. He brings us the rain report. He was going to bring us part 2 of the rain reports on about the Radio Shack HCX 202, but due to mechanical failures, it did not happen. Chad's going to try to have it again next Thursday. On HF, the C-Now net is held every day, Monday through Friday, from 1,400 to 1,500 hours Zulu. 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck, WD9MED as your net control. Okay, now you're all caught up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means support your local club. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations like checking the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KD9MED with an internet check-in, Jimmy.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I think it says here, this is Matthew, KD9 Hotel Whiskey Kilo. KD9 Hotel Whiskey Kilo. He was trying to check in on mobile in Sycamore, and that's who was trying to check in earlier.
Oh, all right. I'll tell you, will you say he was probably trying to check it on the radio?
Yeah, he says here, he says that he was trying to check in mobile, but you couldn't hear him.
All right, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put him down as a regular checking on the radio, since that was him trying to check in. Oh yeah, when he used to be net control at the Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club that Monday nights, he always made it a point to mention the Friday Night Fun Net. I definitely miss that guy, but I'm glad he's checking in when he can.
All right, copy that, Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. 8 more stations want to check in. Please go now. Okay, at this time, I'm going to read the answers code. 1. The amateur is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. 2. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and to the American Radio Relay League, to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. He is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested, friendly in advice, and calm to the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. Number 5, and this is very important. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. And finally, number 6, the amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony K9RFD REC here in Stevens County says, some do look by not only on the radio but throughout life itself. And if for any reason we get in a war with Iran or North Korea or whoever, communist China, we better keep our stations ready and get ready on the air for the service of our country if we're attacked. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, do we have any more stations that want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, Dan, the trustee of the repeater, and the members of the 195 group for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun Net. I'm going to run down the list of stations that have checked in so far. Myself, K9RFD Repeater, net control. WX9RLT, Ricky, who checked in, that's on early bird on the hotline check-in. Okay. KD9SAZ, N4WGN, AA9VU, H9NW, W9AXD, K9YUM, and H9GO. These are my short time stations. Okay, I want to thank KD9MED Kerry, W9JTC Jamie, KD9YBG Dale, A9OEG Chris, K9RGG Norman Orberville, K9AGR Jennifer, K9MED Mike, N9DLB Big Dave here in Freeport, mile east of me, K9QPL, and KF9SD Fan Warner checked on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline, K9EPG Al, K9CFL Mike, K9FLO, KE9N, and KD9HWK. I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 regular check-ins, one early bird that check-in, well actually 2 hotline check-ins. So the total comes down to 24 check-ins. Do we have any more stations who want to check in? Please go now. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. Lockdown, lockdown. At this moment, Winnebago County county jail is going into lockdown. Kerry, K9MED, was telling me he used to listen to the county jail frequencies on his scanner. Every night at this hour, at 10 o'clock, the dispatch radios the corrections officers, lockdown. So, time to put the jailbirds to bed. Nighty-night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh, I heard on the news that they're looking for corrections officers too in Winnebago County. You have to have a high school diploma, be at least 21 years old, and then have a high school diploma, and then that's it. You're good. Okay, do we have any more stations? You want to check the Friday Night Fun? That please go now. All right, at this time, I'm going to do my honorary check-in. REC. Okay. N9ARB. Yes. AC. And, okay. N9EAB. Tony's better at AC honorary check-in. And we mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Scott, A9. Silver Fox, HC honorary check-in. Justin, K9FDO, HC honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard. N9ZO. C honorary check-in, okay? W9KLG. HC honorary check-in. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do my Stevenson County check-ins. KD9 LOA. Brandon. HC honorary check-in. John. Okay. KD9 OVJ. HC honorary check-in. N9WS2. HC honorary check-in. Oh boy, and you know what? Those are my Stevenson County check-ins. Oh yes. K9KCT. HC honorary check-in. KD9 HKX. HC honorary check-in. And I'm going to put him down anyway. Tony. KD9 YUK. HC honorary check-in. Okay. At this time, we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Does anybody have any questions, comments, input, or anything they want to bring before the net? Well, folks, I'll tell you what. It was a great net tonight. Thanks for sharing your memories of what you're going to be doing Tuesday night for Halloween and your favorite memories of Halloween. It was a great net tonight. So, okay, I guess everybody's going to check in. Do we have any more stations? I guess everybody's checked in who's going to check in. Do we have any more stations who want to check in? Please call now. Okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps and envelopes. Be sure you tell your bank cashier when you go to cash your checks or withdraw some money and what have you. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your garage mechanic, your used car dealer, your new car dealer. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, your imams. Be sure you tell your members of the local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your divorce lawyer, your probation officer, your parole officer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, of course, your old ladies. And yes, be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your friends and neighbors about the Friday night fun. And more check-ins better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. Sorry, folks, we don't take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dope-heads, bondheads, telemarketers. If you sit in the clubhouse, take a knee or clench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That's all there is to it. Okay, I want to thank everybody for checking in. It was a successful net tonight. Unofficial count of 36 check-ins. I may add more. We'll see what happens. With that, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, we're in the region with route traffic. Please call K9GCR. Last call for Rat Jaw.
N9GBP.
N9GBP. Well, good evening, Greg. We haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing?
Hey, Jimmy. Well, I'm doing okay. Been pretty busy and haven't been feeling real good, but I'm doing all right. Thought I'd try to get on before you guys shut down for the night. Glad I got to catch you.
That sounds good. We're talking about Halloween. I'm asking everybody, what are you going to be doing for trick-or-treating? And what are your favorite memories of Halloween?
Oh boy, well, we've got some candy ready for the kiddos when they come by on Halloween. I don't have any other big plans, but oh boy, favorite memories. Well, I guess as a kid, just going around dressed up with my parents, bringing me around the old neighborhood. That was always something we looked forward to. I guess that's about it, though.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. Hey, Greg, good from hearing from you again. Don't be a stranger. Well, of course, this is a hobby, but life comes first. That's the way it goes. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and happy Halloween to you and your family.
All right, 73, Jimmy, and I'll try to check in next week also.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for checking in. Last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net with traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim Case on GCR, now closing down this special Halloween edition of the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, October 27, 2023, and returning the repeater in the frequency normal amateur radio use. At 10:11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 hours 11 minutes Zulu time, with an unofficial count of 38 seconds. This net is now closed and repeater is now open for normal amateur radio use. 7-3s everybody, and happy Halloween to all, and to all, a good night. K9GCR. K9MED, K9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead and post it, Mike. I had 2 hour, 11 minute net, unofficial count of 38 seconds.
Alright, copy that, Jimmy. It'll get posted as soon as we shut the live stream down.
7-3's Mike. Thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you next Friday night.
Alright, we'll talk to you as well. Clear on your final there, Jimmy. KD9MED.
7-3's Mike. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Halloween to you and your family. K9GCR, we clear. 7-3's. Good night.